The training station Etheris 7 orbited a red giant, its hull thrumming faintly as the artificial gravity regulators hummed in precise unison. Cadets from across the Orion cluster had gathered for the final phase of their endurance trials, but none had prepared for what awaited Marcus Hale, the lone human among a sea of towering, multi-limbed trainees. Marcus had a reputation for stubbornness, resourcefulness, and occasionally breaking minor protocol. Today, he had unknowingly annoyed Instructor Karath, a hulking alien of the THRYNN species whose patience was legendary only for its brevity. Karath's deep, resonant growl echoed across the gymnasium. "You have failed to maintain formation, human," Karath's voice boomed. "You will face the double-gravity chamber until you learn discipline." A ripple of amusement passed among the other cadets. Double gravity was no trivial matter. The facility's gravity chambers could simulate forces far exceeding any planetary environment, designed to test endurance, strength, and survival instincts. Many cadets had struggled, and some had been incapacitated entirely. Marcus stood, adjusting the straps of his training harness. "Double gravity, huh?" he muttered under his breath. "Guess today's a leg day times 2. Karath's eyes narrowed. "Do not underestimate the effect, human. One rotation, and you will know your limits." The chamber itself was a cylindrical room, lined with gravitic emitters capable of doubling, tripling, or even quadrupling the local gravity at the touch of a panel. As Marcus entered, he felt the subtle vibration of the regulators, the room already adjusting to his presence. The door sealed behind him, and a voice announced, "Double gravity engaged." Immediately, the floor beneath Marcus seemed to push up harder than usual. Each movement became laborious, every step weighted with a force that pressed down on his muscles and bones. Most cadets would have fallen, struggled, or panicked, but Marcus inhaled deeply, centering himself. "Okay," he thought, "if this is punishment, I'll turn it into practice." He began a simple exercise: squats, lunges, and push-ups. Each repetition was twice as difficult as normal, but Marcus treated the added resistance like a training advantage rather than a burden. His muscles burned, his heart raced, but his body adapted quickly. Unlike many species, humans had a unique combination of endurance, cardiovascular efficiency, and rapid muscle recovery, a perfect adaptation for unexpected stressors. Minutes passed, and Karath observed the chamber through the viewing window. The THRYNN's multiple eyes widened in disbelief. The human moved with purpose, adjusting his stance, leaning into the gravity, and using it to strengthen each movement. Where others had faltered, Marcus thrived. He's utilizing the gravity as leverage," Karath muttered to a nearby assistant. "I've never seen this." Most cadets would collapse before mastering even half an hour. Marcus noticed his own adaptation. Each movement became smoother, more precise. Jumping, once almost impossible under double gravity, was now a controlled leap. He landed with a force that would have crushed lesser trainees, but allowed him to practice balance, stamina, and control. Hours passed. The chamber shifted to maintain constant double gravity, ensuring the strain remained consistent. Marcus's sweat glistened on his brow, but his face remained calm. Each repetition honed his body, reinforced his endurance, and solidified his confidence. Meanwhile, other cadets watched through the observation screens, astonished. Whispers spread across the control room. The human wasn't struggling. He was improving. His speed, strength, and control increased under pressure. A few trainees even began secretly mimicking his movements during their own rotations, hoping to glean some of his technique. Karath finally intervened, opening the chamber's control panel. "Enough, human. You have endured far beyond expectation. Stand down." Marcus exhaled, flexing his limbs. Thanks, instructor. I think I got the hang of this gravity thing. Karatha's mandibles clicked, a gesture that could have been respect or disbelief. You have turned punishment into advantage. Most species would have been broken after 10 minutes. You are remarkable. Marcus grinned. Guess humans have a knack for surprises. The story of Marcus Hale and the double gravity chamber spread quickly through the academy. Cadets from every species shared the tale of the human who had transformed a severe trial into an opportunity for growth. Instructors revisited training protocols, curious to see if other species could learn to adapt in the same way. Weeks later, Marcus was paired in combat drills with elite trainees from the Androsian, Drakari, and Thryn clans. Each opponent was powerful, strong, and highly trained. Yet Marcus moved with an efficiency that had been honed under double gravity. His endurance allowed him to outlast stronger opponents. His agility enabled him to evade attacks that would have incapacitated heavier species. During one simulation, Marcus faced 3 opponents at once. Where they attempted brute force, he used strategy, timing, and his enhanced strength from double gravity training to neutralize them in succession. The instructor's notes praised his adaptability, his ingenuity, and his calm under pressure. The key lesson, however, was not raw strength, it was the human mindset. While other species often saw punishment as limitation, Marcus had reframed it as opportunity. The added gravity was not a curse, it was a tool to push his body beyond normal limits. By the end of the term, Marcus's reputation was solidified. Cadets spoke in hushed tones of the human who had turned the harshest chamber into a personal gym, the human who could endure pressures that would break most, and the human whose body and mind adapted faster than anyone had anticipated. Even Karath, once infuriated by Marcus's perceived defiance, became an advocate for human adaptability. Perhaps, he mused, we have underestimated the value of persistence, ingenuity, and the ability to transform adversity into growth. Humans are unpredictable in their effectiveness. Marcus's final evaluation noted precisely that a species capable of turning punishment into mastery, weakness into strength, and challenge into advantage. Where other cadets saw limits, humans saw potential. Where others broke under pressure, humans adapted, innovated, and thrived. Years later, veterans of the Academy would recall the tale of the human cadet and the double gravity chamber as a lesson not just in strength, but in perspective. Training, they realized, was not merely about overcoming difficulty. It was about mindset, adaptability, and the willingness to see obstacles as opportunities. And Marcus Hale? He continued to push limits, explore new techniques, and face every challenge with the same unflinching determination. Double gravity had been intended as punishment, but it had forged him into one of the Academy's most resilient and resourceful cadets, a living testament to human ingenuity and endurance. By the time he graduated, the story was legendary. New cadets were warned, underestimate the humans at your peril. And any chamber designed to punish was likely to become a crucible of unexpected advantage in their hands. In the end, the double gravity punishment became a symbol, not of limitation, but of human potential, a reminder that adaptability, persistence, and perspective could turn even the harshest trials into triumphs.